Lights, welcome to my channel and welcome back if you've been here before, and welcome to today's pick a card, pick a charm reading. I have not even turned over the cards yet, so there'll be a surprise for me as well. Now you can choose today to pick based off of the charm alone or charting card, so you can wait for me to flip it or you can choose right now. So group number one, your charm for today is a dragonfly. So if the dragonfly is really resonating with you, then pile number one may be your pile today. Now, if there is more than one pile that is speaking to you, please follow your intuition. Sometimes Spirit will have us watch 1, 2, 3 in certain orders, and just follow where your heart leads, and that will always bring you to the messages that are meant for you. Group number two, your charm is a ball of yarn. What a fun one. Sorry if you can hear my dog barking in the background. He does not want to be in his room right now. And then group number three, you guys have a little angel. So feel into your charms there, and if you want to pick based off of that, you can check out the timestamps down below and jump straight ahead to your reading. If you'd like to uncover the cards first, then let's do that now. So group number one with the dragonfly, you guys also have turquoise, awaken your empathy. Oh, I love that with the dragonfly, so beautiful. Group number two with the yarn. Oh, you guys have peach, inhale a breath of life. And group number three with the angel, you have white, lighten up. Oh, I love that that's paired with the angel. Wow, okay, I'm so excited. So feel into both your charms and your cards here and jump right ahead to your reading, and I'll see you there. Hi group one, welcome to your reading. You chose the dragonfly and the turquoise color. So we'll slide that over there and see how this ties into your reading today. The first thing I'm going to do is pull a oracle energy card. So today's reading is all about what is changing in our lives currently. It's kind of a general message from Spirit, but generally what's going on. There's a lot of shifting energies happening at the moment with all of the lunar events going on. If you didn't know about the recent lunar eclipse on November 8th, we're upcoming to a new moon. So there's a lot of new stuff that's going to be coming in, and we've been working a lot through this moon cycle to be shedding a lot of things. So perfect, got three there. More than I wanted, but that's okay. So there's a lot going on. So I want to see kind of what's happening for the collective, for whoever finds this video. Even if it is in the future, there may still be a message here for you. I also always like to say before I jump in that this is a general reading, right? It is on YouTube. So switch it, flip it, reverse it so that it fits your situation, or leave anything that does not resonate and only take what does. You can also book a private reading with me down in the description box below if you find this resonates with you. I do offer a free trial first reading with me so you can kind of see if we resonate. But without further ado, let's hop right in. Group number one. So you guys have passion. I'm seeing like a dissipating passion, right? And partiality. Yeah, just kind of feeling like, bored with life, kind of down in the dumps, just like going through the motions. Like, yeah, definitely a lack of passion here, right? And partiality is like not moving, not getting involved with things, not moving towards goals. And same with the dissipating, right? She's just like hanging out in that chair, laying back, like her whole passion, energy for life is dissipating. And we'll see how this might tie into your reading more, because I am actually going to pull an astrology card for you guys because of all of these astro events. So let's take a peek at your card. Spirit, can we get a sense on what group number one has coming in for their life? What's changing for them? What kind of astrological energies are happening around group number one at this time? Oh, I felt one was going to jump there. No, not that one. I missed that one. There's definitely a jumper that was in there. I don't want that many, so I'll take the bottom one. But I will look at these two just to see. Okay. Okay, you know what? Now that I've looked at them, I can't not, I can't not pull them out for you guys. So this just might be a more oracle heavy reading. That's all right. So you guys got conjunction, square, and Neptune. So there is a merging that needs to happen here in terms of getting yourself above this challenging situation. So yeah, you're kind of feeling like bleh, like down in the dumps, like your energy's low, you're not feeling like driven, you don't really have a lot of like passions or new goals or ambitions at the moment. And it really feels like any sort of next step or next goal would be a really big mountain to have to climb, literally with square, right? But I think this is going to be about merging your passion with your daily life. That's the sense I get, right? A union, a merging, a coming together. It's a transcending this challenging situation through dreaming. And partiality is not a dreaming. It's looking at things from a logical view, right? Like trying to see all sides, which is good from logic, but sometimes we need to dream in order to transcend. And particularly that's your advice here with the turquoise coming in and the passion card coming in order to rise above this feeling of, honestly, like boredom, maybe depression. I really just get a sense of like blah, just really not feeling it with life. Maybe you're sleeping a lot more, things like that, or watching a lot more TV. Maybe drinking more, things like that that is associated with the Neptune energy as well. But you need to dream and allow your energy to expand beyond this bubble. Find that passion again in order to transcend this energy. And it's actually about a merging of passion within your daily life. It's not about an end goal. It's about the journey, the getting there, right? And that's by combining things together. So let's get some more information about this. This is kind of a lot at once. I am going to pull out one more card, the Starseed Oracle. Spirit, can we get a sense? What's changing in group number one's life? I do close off my readings by reading the Starseed Oracle from the book, so you'll get to see the card now and see how it might tie into the reading, but then you'll also get to hear the full description. I find they tend to close, like tie the whole reading together. Perspective. Okay, yeah, none of this matters. Zoom out, common ground. That's also your advice with impartiality. You need to zoom out and allow yourself to dream. Don't try to look at things from a logical place, but when you gain perspective, yeah, okay, this one came out too for you, and like the imagery. You're in like a darker place right now. Like again, you may be depressed, or you may be feeling like it's very narrow vision, like cannot see the path ahead. Everything feels so dark and doom and gloom, and the winter's on its way, but it's saying to embrace the winter. This is our great cosmic womb. This is our time to really allow ourselves to dream and know what we want to bring into our life, what we want to merge into our life in order to climb that mountain in a way that feels good to us. And one of the ways of doing that is awakening your empathy. It's allowing yourself to dream. It's gaining perspective, right? Understanding that all this day-to-day grind that, you know, the going through the motions, it doesn't matter. Life is about so much more than that. And you need to zoom out and look at things and feel that time of almost cocooning. That's the void almost. Like you're in a cocoon. And through this cocoon, it's almost like a form of death, like a spiritual death where you transform through being in this void, in this cocoon, and you birth a new passion, a new way of understanding, a new transcendence and perspective on your entire life and your entire situation. And it's a catalyst. It's a catalyst for that. This challenging situation, while both challenging, it also brings you that mountain that's going to take you to that destination and is going to bring you on that journey that's going to make you so much stronger. And that's a lot of your message today here, group number one. So let's hop into your tarot and see if we can get more information about what is changing in your life. Okay, so challenge is currently happening. Seven of Wands. So Seven of Wands is an energy of kind of feeling on the defense from other people, feeling like you have to protect your space, yourself, your what it is you're doing, really kind of on a defense. Now the Seven of Wands energy can also be good because it's also a protection, right? She's on higher ground. She's standing above and is able to see things from a different perspective, right? So when you're able to finally drop realize that none of it matters, we're all actually on a common ground. We're all actually just fighting ourselves because we're all one. And at the end of the day, we're all God, right? Or a piece of God. And at the end of the day, we're all the same, while we're all different. And so it's really about realizing that common ground, and that's going to really make you feel less us versus them, or like people are kind of out to get you, or just people in general. Knight of Cups, yeah, like feeling a lack of passion, depression, right? That Knight of Cups energy is typically a dreamer, and that's your advice here, is really allow yourself to dream and be like a kid again. Like the Knights are like, think like young teenagers or young adults who have all the energy, like young males with all the energy, and just think about what it is that makes your heart feel full. That's really the advice of the Knight of Cups, of what to embody moving forward. And right now it feels like you're coming from a place of an empty cup, of you're moving ahead, but you're not moving ahead with any sort of emotional fulfillment or satisfaction, or leading from a place of love. It feels like you're leading more from a place of fear, or having to defend yourself against other people or stick up for yourself. Yeah, Nine of Wands. Yeah, Nine of Wands. Like you've been feeling, this has been a long battle too. Like you've been doing this fighting off, the pushing off all those other energies for a while now. There is a chance here though to end that cycle. Maybe it has already ended for you. For some of you watching, this signifies the completion of this and moving on to a new chapter, right? This is all about what's changing. And this is a like recent past current challenge energy. But yeah, definitely like looking back at this, like, oh my God, like this has been exhausting. I'm exhausted and I still feel like there's more to come. Like she's ready to keep on going. She's still on the defense. She knows there still might be more that's coming at her, even though she's disheveled and tired. Yeah, Five of Swords, feeling betrayed by other people, feeling like other people have let you down, have given up, have, again, that us versus them mentality here though. So instead of the active, like kind of with words or with actions fighting people off, this one's more of like a mental feeling separate from other people, feeling like you're alone in this battle and everybody else is just off doing whatever, or off having their own pity party, or whatever it is, whichever person you resonate with in this card, whether you're this one still ready for battle, or you're the ones walking away, you can't take on any more because this journey has just taken it from you, depending on which way you're going with that. But it's still that similar kind of energy of feeling like me versus them, or us versus them. Very much like a duality here. Six of Swords. Advice here, move on from this. Be careful not to take those swords with you though, that mental baggage with you. Drop those swords off before you get to the shore. Also, don't allow other people to lead your life either. Like don't allow other people to be the reason you're moving ahead. The fear or this energy to be the reason you're moving on. You should be moving ahead from a place of dreaming, a place of passion, a place of love. And that's the advice for you here in terms of how to shift out of this energy of feeling on the defense of other people, feeling like other people are out to get you, or out to get a society, that, everything in the world is just a chaotic energy, and you need to protect yourself and defend yourself, or defend your beliefs, or your passions, or it's about zooming out so that we can realize the greater picture of things, and that it's really not us versus them, it's us versus us. It's me versus me. And when we realize that, it really is powerful. Let's get some more cards on advice, continued advice around moving out of this current energy. What's changing? How can we shift? Whoa! Oh my God. Butterfingers. Okay, I just dropped so many. 1 second. Oh my goodness. They're everywhere. One like flew out though, and I know that one's for you guys. Okay, 8 of Swords. Wow, a lot of swords. And wands. Very much mentally trapping yourself. You know, she could take off that binding. Those swords aren't trapping her in, like, at all. And the path is ahead of her. She followed that water, but her blindfold's on, so she can't even see that there is water there to follow, to lead to that source that she needs. Sorry, I'm just making sure I didn't drop any others. I think we're good. You know, but it's about a mental trapping and a trapping of yourself, and about setting yourself free. And again, not taking your baggage with you, because you may move on to that next journey and just end up right back where you started. So really make sure you're not keeping yourself in a blindfold and tied up. Yeah. Let's get a sense here. Yeah. Clear the heartbreak. Clear out all of this crap. The 3 of Swords coming in again. Clear out all this mental clutter about how you're relating to people right now. Particularly, you've had a lot of heartbreak, right? Really feeling like, whether it's family, friends, significant others, partners, you know, a lot of things have been not going well in relationships, and a lot of combative energy, or just like, not even combative, but just like, I don't understand where other people are coming from, and I feel like nothing is making sense, and I feel constantly on the defense, and I feel like everybody's against everybody, and I don't even know what to do or where to move on to next, because I'm so mentally trapped within myself. And so this is a time of purification, a time to cleanse that out. The Rain, see, she's clearing out all of that past hurt, how they're relating to people, how they're thinking about the relationships with others is so important here. It's gonna be really important for you, group number 1. And then when you do that, you're gonna start a whole new journey. Start a whole new journey about how you want to relate to other people. That's really the key here. How you want to think about your relationships, how you want to think about people of differing opinions. There's a lot of that in the world right now, with the politics, with the war, with everything going on at the moment. There's a lot of duality energies, and we're at a time with the ascension process of shifting towards unity, and this is not a unity consciousness vibration. So we need a new start here. We need to cleanse out all of this energy of how we feel about other people. Zoom out, let yourself like really figure out why, like get impartial and figure out why you have these kinds of defenses or trigger points or whatever it is. Like, figure it out. Why does that person make you angry? What is it about them? Because really they're another reflection of you. So it's really yourself that you're not happy with, right? And we attract more of what we don't like. So if we're always focused on like, oh, people are terrible drivers, every time I go, people don't know how to drive. Well, what are we gonna get? People who don't know how to drive, right? And they're all just reflections of us. So how are we going to deal with it? And that's the key. The key is how we deal with it. Are we going to mentally trap ourselves, or are we going to cleanse out and start a new journey? And see, this new journey is not about sneaking back to old ways, okay? Like, turn away from all that. Again, like, turn away from that. People are not out to get you. Like, put the swords back. Put all the swords down. Put them down. Don't pick them back up. You don't need them. You do not need them. This is not a battle. The world, I know we're in a time that feels chaotic and it's like it's a battle at all times, but it's really not. That's an illusion. It's part of being in the 3D matrix type worlds. That's a whole other conversation. But really, I recommend a documentary. Surviving Death is a great one on Netflix. If you guys haven't seen that, go watch that documentary series on Netflix, and that will help you feel more connected to unity consciousness, I think. Helped me a lot because I was feeling into this energy recently as well, and so I understand, and a lot of people are into this energy right now, as well as this one. Like, again, that feeling like your relationships are these tipped over cups. You know, not looking towards what's on the horizon, not seeing what we still have, what good relationships we still have. We're focused on the old, on the lack, on the loss, on the clashing of people and interests and beliefs. And we have to move away from that. Like, Spirit's really gonna move away. Awaken your empathy. Oh, that's where the turquoise is coming in. Look at all the turquoise too, like all the blue colors in your reading up here. And this here, this one, this card. Passion, the oranges are starting to come in down here. Okay, bringing in your passion, awakening your empathy for other people. Okay, this is how I like to explain different perspectives and kind of like unity consciousness to other people. Let's think about all of us on Earth as living in one big house, because we all live on one big planet, right? So we're all living in one big house, and around this house it's maybe got multiple stories. There's a basement, there's a main floor, there's an upstairs, there's windows all over this house. This house has like a ton of windows, like enough windows for everybody to look out of, or for everybody to look out of with somebody else at least. Like there's enough windows for everyone. Pretty much the whole house is windows. Let's picture it that way. It's a clear house, clear glass house. And around this house is one side there's a forest, on another side there's a river, on another side there's a road, and on another side there's a park. And you know, depending on our life experiences, the environment we grew up in, the culture we grew up in, our personal beliefs, our temperament, our personality, all these factors, depending on all of that will determine what window we look out of primarily through our life, what lens, what glasses we're looking out of life through. And everybody is looking out of a different window within the same house. And if you think about it, everybody's perspective would be valid, because while one person might see the road, another person can see the forest. And the other person who's seeing the road is like, well, I don't see a forest. What do you mean? Like, what do you mean? And the person who's seeing the forest is like, I don't see the road. What do you mean? Well, they're both right. They're both looking out of the same house. They're both surrounded by the same things, but they just can't see. They can't see the whole picture because they haven't zoomed out far enough. They're too in it. They're too in that space to, right? In the space to be able to see bigger. You got to zoom out. Everybody's perspective is valid, because reality, while it's an illusion, it's everybody's perspectives together. Life is perception and perspective. That's what life is. There's nothing, no person in this world is not biased. That's the nature of being a human, is having an egoic experience. It's why we come to Earth. And life isn't about ego against ego. Life is about reuniting as a whole. And so that is really, really big advice. Like, awaken your empathy, understand that people are looking out of different windows. People have had different experiences in life, or see different things, or just think differently, or believe differently, and that's okay. That is valid. That is part of reality. And if you're not acknowledging that and you're fighting that, you're actually fighting reality, if I'm being perfectly honest. 4 swords. Wow. Group number 1. You guys are feeling it. You guys are feeling it. I'm sorry you guys are feeling so much into this, these swords energies, like this mental disruption, like difficulty sleeping, anxiety, depression. I'm really feeling like mental health difficulties right now for a lot of you. I'm very sorry to hear that, but it's part of this void. I went through a void myself quite recently, and not to diminish the difficulty of it, because it is so painful and deep and challenging. And I know a lot of people are going through it right now. It's showing up in a collective reading, right? So there's a lot of other people who will see this and resonate with it. You know, but it is about moving away from that energy, coming from a new place, and really awakening your empathy and your passion. This is, and zooming out, embracing the winter, this cocoon that you're in, giving yourself some rest, and really evaluating some of these things and some of the ways you think. You think about other people, you think about the world, you think about politicians, you think about all of it. Zoom out. Really realize none of it matters, that we're all actually on common ground, because we're all one, we're all in the same house, but we're all looking out of different windows. And you can choose to look out of a different window, or hear from somebody else who's looking out of a different window, and understand more of the bigger picture, because now you have more than one perspective, right? 2 sides to every story, but really there's a whole lot more than 2. Seven of Cups. Yeah, and this is about choices. Like, this is a choice, which you can see that some of these cups have, like, one has a snake, one has a tornado, but some of them have really nice things like power, money, love. So it is a choice. Like, where are you going to move from? Where are you going to, and awaken your empathy. This turquoise is coming back in. Awaken your empathy, because it's going to be really key in terms of making the right choices moving forward. This is connecting again with your Six of Swords in terms of where you're moving on to next. The choice you make and where you move from and the energy you move from is going to be really key in terms of how things are going to pan out. Let's see if we... Okay, there we go. Last two cards for the outcome. Well, sort of outcome, advice for an outcome. Yeah, okay. Six of Cups and Wheel of Fortune. So connect with loved ones, connect with the full cups that you do still have, maybe old friends, connect with people that you do feel close with, and try to reconnect with people as well. Realizing some of these things we talked about today, and how can you reconnect with some of those people, even if you disagree with them and they're looking out of a completely different window. That is okay. You're allowed to be looking at a different windows. You don't have to join them at their window, but you do have to acknowledge that their window exists. And that's the key. How can we reconnect? And when we do, we'll shift how everything's going to go. We'll shift the new opportunities coming in. We'll shift how we're moving in our journey, and the wheel's going to turn, and it's going to turn towards the positive. There's the turquoise coming back in. Awaken your empathy, group number 1. You guys have this. Let me pull you a couple of charms to wrap up here. What is changing? Yeah, a lot of change. Changing how you relate to people. Changing how you think about your relationships and humanity and society and all these things. Trying to zoom out. Really zoom out. Okay. Group number 1. Group number 1. 2 more charms. So you had your dragonfly. You also have, you also have a ram and a little turtle. So turtles and rams kind of signify to me is stubbornness, bullheadedness. Yeah, it's the 7 of Wands energy, that like us against them, that ramming energy. But the turtle inside really is really soft, and that's why he has that outer shell. Sometimes we've gotta come back out of our shell and not be so on the defense, right? Come out of your shell. Don't always ram into things. This is also an Aries sign, so Aries energy, which is also having to do with the swords and the air element, the mental element. So, you know, mental difficulties, struggles, that has to do with the ram, letting that go, coming out of your shell and freeing yourself here, changing, transformation. The dragonfly is a big one for transformation. Once you awaken your empathy, you'll come literally out of your shell, out of the cocoon, like I was saying, and you'll be a dragonfly, a butterfly, whatever you want to resonate with. Okay, let me quickly wrap up with your Starseed Oracle reading, and that will be our reading for today, group number 1. Okay, perspective came out first, so we're going to read that one first. Perspective. Take a step back and look at the bigger picture of your life. Step away from the blinkered vision and reactive frame of mind of me against them. Oh, that's exactly what I was saying. Change your perspective, shift your point of view, and zoom out. We are but a speck of dust in the universe, yet we think everything revolves around us. We see the planet as ours to own and conquer, pillaging the land and setting ourselves up for our eventual extinction. We build fences and walls and create invisible borders. Mother Earth doesn't need us to survive, but we need her. It's time to wake up. A new perspective is urgently needed. You got to shift this wheel here. We become so lost in our individual experience that we don't realize that most of the things that keep us awake at night, oh my goodness, the 4 of Swords, are actually distractions. Right? Tornado, the snake, right? Like the Garden of Eden. This life is a fleeting moment in the tapestry of your soul's experience. Your soul's experience is a flash in the timeline of the known universe, and the known universe is a grain of sand in the unknown universe. Take a moment to see the bigger picture, to find common ground, to find deep compassion in your heart, to gain a greater perspective of humanity in this fleeting moment, in the timeline of your soul's existence, in the timeline of all that is, was, and ever will be. How are you being called to change your perspective? Wow, that was powerful. I could feel that in my heart chakra. Let's go to the void. Okay. Everything and nothing exists in the void. It's where all life begins and ends. It's the winter in the womb, the fertile darkness where all things originate and all seeds grow. Comforting and intimidating, freeing and daunting. It can feel both overwhelmingly small and huge. The void is where faith lives. The message of the void is to surrender to the unknown, to allow the fertile darkness of nothingness to nourish the new seeds growing within you. Regardless of whether you know what they'll one day become, you're being called to surrender to the mystery of what's next, to rest and to allow the winter of your life to do the work for you, to hand over your control and trust that just because you can't see what's happening beneath the surface, it doesn't mean things aren't at work. The greatest weavings happen when we find a way to surrender and trust that our life is being knitted for us, right beneath the surface, in ways known and unknowable. Now is the time to cultivate faith and allow deep, deep rest. The void often surfaces at the end of a chapter or life phase, right? Opportunity to end this. When we're called to let go of all that we know and identify with, when you're in the void, it can feel scary and as if you should be doing something. However, when this card appears, it's a sure sign that the most productive thing to do is relinquish control and surrender the changing mystery of your life. How are you being called to surrender to the unknown mystery of your life? Thank you so much, group number one, for joining me today. I hope this reading resonated. I would love to hear in the comments below what kind of things came up for you, and I hope this was able to bring you some clarity and guidance today. Again, if you want to book a private reading, check out the description box below, and take care. Hello, group 2. Welcome to your reading. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you want to book a private reading with me after this, if this reading resonates with you, you can check out my Etsy store in the description box below. I also like to let everyone know before we jump in that this is a general reading, right? It's on YouTube. This is not an individual reading, so that's why I like to let you know about private offers, because there may be things you hear today that don't resonate, so leave those. But do take anything that does, and hopefully I'm able to bring you some clarity and guidance today, group number 2. So you guys chose the yarn here in peach, inhale a breath of life. So let's see how this fits into your reading. Today's reading is all about what is changing in our lives. There's a lot of shifting energies astrologically, especially right now. We just had that full lunar eclipse on November 8th, and we are coming into a new moon. So there's new things that are coming in, things that are shedding right now. Perception that's changing for you guys. I'm loving this like green and peach energy. I'm loving these colors. Let's see what else for group 2 is changing. Your perceptions are changing. That's great. Oh, the last group had 2 as well. Oh, okay. I'm loving the energy of you guys, group 2. Okay, so changing perception, discovering new passions, moving on from things that aren't serving you, inhaling a new breath of life, a new inspiration. Things have really shifted for you, and you're really seeing a new light and just a breath of fresh air. Wow. Okay, I'm loving this energy. Let's get some more information. I'm gonna pull you guys a Astro Oracle. Spirit, what is changing in group number 2's life? What kinds of astrological energies are around them at this time? Whoa, for whoever is watching this. I didn't want that many, but the last group had 3 too, so I guess that's what Spirit's doing today. I'm gonna go with the flow. Okay. Ooh, Pluto, transform. Oh, I love that. Okay. What else we got here? House 12, spirituality, transcendence, karma, sacrificial service, and healing. You're doing a lot of healing, a lot of tapping into your spirituality, a lot of maybe breath work, meditation, yoga, things like that. Really rising above and transforming some of your old hurts and traumas and difficulties. Yeah, the North Node, destined to have. You're really discovering a new passion here. You're really walking a new path towards what it is you're desiring. Whoa. I'm loving your guys' energy, and the oranges coming in again, the red, the greens. Oh, this is beautiful. Transform, transcendence, healing, destiny. Oh my goodness. Okay. Loving your energy. Let's get your Starseed Oracle, and then we'll pop into Tarot. What does group number 2 need to know about what's changing and shifting in their lives right now? Did you get... Okay, I'm not doing that many. So you get the first 2 that popped out. The last group had 2 as well, and I've only been intending to pull 1. So Spirit's just fighting me today on that. Loosen your grip. Coping mechanisms, density, addiction, let God in. So yeah, really letting go of any of those things that are still holding you down, transcending, transmuting any of that old karma or those old burdens. Karmic relationships. Yeah, Orion energy, polarity, soul growth, and conflict. You're really starting to shift your perspectives on your karmic relationships with other people. You might have had people in your life, or maybe a specific person in your life, may have really had a strong grip on you, and maybe led you down a path that you weren't really wanting for yourself, or sorry, I was just noticing something in my card. Sorry. There's something you need to let go of here, something you're holding on really tightly to, and you've discovered what you want to do next, but I'm feeling a restriction here. So I think Tarot is going to give me more information, and I'm also going to read these at the end for you. I've actually never pulled either of these cards, so, because this is a newer deck for me, so that's interesting. Okay, Spirit, group number 2, what energy are they coming from? 9 of Swords. Difficulty sleeping, anxiety, depression, yeah, coping mechanisms, addiction. I can see you're starting to shift your perspective on this and you're moving forward, but you're coming from an energy, maybe in your recent past or right now, of this 9 of Swords, right? Just like staying up at night, because there's a lot of healing, there's a lot of sacrifice that's had to have been done, a lot of conflict you've been through, and you're starting to try and breathe in a new breath of life and shift your perspective on things. But you are coming from an energy of pain, and Spirit wants me to acknowledge that you have been, in a space of coming from a space of mental difficulty, even though you are really transforming and transcending above this. I'm loving this energy. What else, Spirit? I'm not sure which one wants to come out here. This one. Queen of Swords. Yeah, you're shifting your perspective on things. Like we had 1 card of past recent energy. I was wondering if it was going to give me another one, but this is already about the perspective shift that's happening right here, right? Perception. You're having a change in perception that's happening. The swords back up and you're like, okay, I'm going to get clear on things here because I feel like I've been mentally down in the dumps for too long, and I'm going to speak my truth, and I'm going to look at things more logically, and I'm going to try and zoom out and gain perspective and do some soul growth, right? Let God in. Coming from a place of logic is less about letting God in, but you're now looking at for more of a zoomed out perspective, and you're yet maybe to make a decision, or you're coming from an energy of yet to make a decision on what you're going to do next, but you're starting to mentally clear up. She's looking ahead, her eyes are open, and she's looking down, her eyes are closed. It's a very different energy. So there's a big shift that's happening here. Let's see if we can get more information from Spirit about wow, both of these cards came up in group 1 as well. So you actually, I wonder if any of you came from group 1 and are sticking around. It sounds like this is almost like that ending of that previous cycle. There were a lot of swords in the last group, and actually the one they didn't get was 9 of Swords, which is kind of funny. So you may have that last reading, if you didn't watch it, really was a different energy. It was an energy of a lot of swords, a lot of conflict energy. This is more of a starting to shift that perspective. And that was our advice for group number 1 from Spirit. And now group number 2 seems to be that next chapter in the story, which is kind of funny. So if some of you are sticking around, that's fantastic. You're starting to shift that energy, and there's more advice for you here on what to do next, because there's choices and opportunities coming in, and you're going to walk towards them with open arms. You're not closing yourself off anymore. You're really starting to open your heart back up and see things from new perspectives and really have faith and let God lead the way. Because trying to go after specific things doesn't usually work for us unless we're coming at it from a place of true, what's the word I'm thinking of? Integrity. 5 of Cups. This came up in the last one too. Yeah. You know, previously feeling like your relationships have, you know, kind of been lacking, not really feeling grateful for what we have, just feeling kind of down on the dumps, drained, sad, still that 9 of Swords energy. And you're turning away from that now. You're turning towards all these new opportunities and knowing that it's always a choice, you know, having faith, but knowing you also have some say in the matter. We always have free will. 2 of Wands. Yeah, it's a choice. That's what I was just saying. It's a choice. You can choose which wand to pick up, which cup to choose. You can choose to focus on these cups, but that's not going to lead you, because if you're looking down here, it's almost like she's looking down here and she's focused on the cups. But this bridge is leading out to this new journey with the Fool, with all these new opportunities. And if she just looked up, she'd be able to see that and walk off that cliff. And here, she's like looking at her too, like, girl, what are you doing? Like, look at how much is ahead of us. Take hold of something, right? Take hold of something. You can do that. Wow, cool. Okay, let's see what else Spirit has to say in terms of how you can better move on from this energy and move into your new energy, these changing feelings of passion and emotional stability or happiness. How can we move into more of that and less of that 9 of Swords energy, Spirit? Let's get some advice for group number 2. Oh, there was one that was going to flip and then it didn't. There it is. There. Wow. Okay. That'll probably wrap us up. Underlying energy of the reading, the world. This is all going to come together. This is going to come full circle for you. There's so much transformation happening in this reading, a lot of change coming in, but good change. Change where things are going to come together. Let's see what we got here. Sorry if you can see my dog or hear my dog. Quiet, Louie. Okay, advice here from Spirit on how to move ahead out of this energy and into what's next for you. Focus on your work. Focus on what it is that you want to be doing. Like if your work is not bringing you passion, choose a different cup, start a new adventure, but then build that stability, do the day-to-day grind. And that's when, you know, you'll get the world at the end, that everything coming together, but you've got to take hold of something and then do that day-to-day work. Until you decide what that next step or that next journey, what cup you're going to choose next and start doing that work that needs to get done. No. Things aren't going to open up. So discover what it is that makes you passionate and put the work in. Yeah, go for it. Yeah, find what it is that makes passion. 8 of Pentacles, 8 of Wands, and it'll build you so much stability. Like it will elevate you up a whole nother level. And just move towards it with speed. Like do the work, do the grind, and things are going to come quickly too. Like you're going to see results really quickly from this. Once you make that shift, things are going to all come together, right? That World card. Let me let my dog out here. King of Cups. Yeah, you're going to feel so much better emotionally. You're going to be able to really sit with your emotions, surrender to your emotions, not feel like your emotions control you, but you are in control of your own emotional kingdom. You'll feel really emotionally free when you go after that thing, and go after that thing that makes you feel like this. If what you're doing right now doesn't make you feel like the King of Cups, it makes you feel like the 5 of Cups, then do something different. That is your advice from Spirit. Do what brings you this. Yeah, and then everything's going to come together. 9 of Cups. Don't close yourself off to new opportunities. You'll build yourself so much more emotional fulfillment and stability and complete all this pain or heal from a lot of this pain once you move towards that thing that brings you emotional release. So what I like to kind of say for people for that is, if you think about what it is you want to do next and it brings you anxiety, or you immediately think like, I don't want to do that. Well, everything we do in life is a choice. Everything we do in life is a choice. You know, walking our dog is a choice. Even though it feels like we have to walk our dog or we have to feed our dog, technically, we could just let them sit in the house. We could let them starve. We could let them poop on the floor. Like, we don't have to feed our dog. We choose to because we love our dog. So think about when it comes to the choices you're making, the actions you're taking, where are those choices coming from? Are they coming from a place of fear and anxiety? Or are they coming from a place of passion and love and excitement and really taking hold of what it is you want? Because that's what will lead you to emotional fulfillment, and not closing your heart off either. Keep your heart open. The Hierophant. And learn from others on your journey. You know, as you start this new journey, you make this new choice and you start putting the work in, there's going to be a teacher you're going to need to learn from. So find somebody who is an expert in the field or knows kind of what it is you're wanting to go after, and get some advice from them. They'll really help open everything up for you. And then eventually you'll be the teacher, because it's at the end of your reading. So you'll have the teacher, but you'll become the teacher of others as well, of whatever it is you want to go after. But I'm really feeling a new sense of excitement, passion. You guys have a new spark that you're wanting to go after, and whatever that thing is, Spirit is encouraging you to go full speed ahead. Really release and surrender to your emotions. Look at things from a more zoomed out perspective, which you're already starting to do, and keep doing that work, allowing yourself to go on new adventures and take hold of what it is you want. And know that you're allowed to change your mind too. You're allowed to change direction if you want to. Move towards the things that make you feel good, not bad. Awesome. Okay, let's pull out your couple of charms. There's a lot changing for you guys, group 2. And I will get your charms and then we'll read your oracles. So what is changing in group number 2's life at this time? What changes are coming in? Oh, here's one. Woo. Yeah, you're learning to steer your own ship. You're deciding what direction you're going to go. And you are the captain of your own ship, and you're realizing your own power in that now. Loosen your grip on. It's almost like when we loosen our grip on the steering wheel, it moves easier. When we're holding too tightly, it gets jerky. So loosen your grip on it and allow your intuition to help you steer the path ahead, and know that you are the captain, right? You are the captain. What is that? A cat? I think it's a cat. So tap into your creative energy. If you have cats, spend time with your cats. But the cat energy is a feminine energy. It's a creative energy. It's a sexual energy, passionate energy. So that's still more of that energy coming in. Move ahead from a place of passion and creativity. And that's really going to bring you a lot more emotional fulfillment. Let's get one more. A bike. Yeah, like you're moving in new directions. You're moving ahead. You're not in this stagnant energy anymore. Like I feel like you're moving on to bigger and better things. You're weaving. Here's where the yarn's coming in. You're weaving a whole new path for yourself. Like you are steering the ship. You're coming from a place of feminine, creative, powerful, fun-loving energy. Okay. You're moving ahead with speed. There's our bike. Oh my God, that symbolism. Wow, I have chills. And this too, you know? You steer the ship, my friend. This cat is almost like the dog on the fool's journey. Does this card even have a dog? It does. Oh my God, it's the dog. Okay, so I'm putting these in all the wrong places apparently. I gotta show you this. This is amazing. I've never had charms line up this good. With the tarot cards. I love that. Okay, and then actually I feel like the yarn one is meant for the world card on the bottom, so let me pull that one out for you guys. Yeah, the world. Everything will come together. You're weaving a whole new future for yourself. Just start that new adventure. Take hold of it. You got this. Let me read your starseed and we will be done for today. So your first one is loosen your grip. Let's see what that one has to say. Okay, loosen your grip. We're cyclic beings, and Mother Earth teaches us how to be human every day with the coming and going of the tides and the seasons. If you're clinging to anything, you're resisting the natural flow of who you are. The things we cling to are so often those we most need to let go of. The food, the substances, the relationship, the job, the people pleasing. The things we cling to often cover up our most vulnerable space, the part where we're most afraid to leave empty, the part we guard and don't let grace into. But by keeping that space covered with something that doesn't serve us, or clinging to it for fear of it not staying of its own accord, we prevent ourselves from receiving the things that will. A Course in Miracles tells us, whatever we leave empty, grace will fill. Whatever we leave empty, grace will fill. Wow. I love that. And the Buddha said, you can only lose what you cling to. Indeed, both are true. If this card appears, you're being called to find the courage to loosen your grip and give up control. Right? Remember I said loosen your grip on that wheel. To release your coping mechanisms and leave space for grace and God to enter. To surrender all that feels dense to the divine. Loosening your grip doesn't mean that what you're clinging to will go away. It may, or it may stay. But you can be sure that what is for you will find you. And you'll breathe easier, new breath of life, knowing that you've shifted from relying on your own strength to surrendering to the grace of life. Wow, that's beautiful. Let's read karmic relationships to wrap up, and we will be finished. Oh, it's right there. The constellation Orion is thought by many to have been a place of great polarity and eventual unity. Some believe that many starseeds who are part of the cosmic history are incarnate on Earth right now and are playing out karmic relationships from Orion times. Perhaps you're one of them. Polarity causes conflict and highlights separation. However, because of this, conflict can also result in unity and growth. Too many misunderstandings are caused when we don't open our heart and mind, right? Don't close your heart off. To see things from a different point of view. When we go into reactive second-guessing mode instead of gathering the courage to open our heart, we should admit that we may have reacted because of our own woundings, and then find mutual ground, right? Common ground, we were talking about that earlier. We're all innocent children looking to be seen, understood, and cherished. It's much harder to grow closer through conflict than it is to grow further apart. And yet, that's the invitation of conflict. It's easy to react and take things personally. It's more challenging to see the innocence of all involved and find a way to grow closer through the conflict. It's through relationships that we grow the most. How can you soften your heart and drop your defenses enough to see things from a different point of view? How can you see the innocence of all involved? How can you learn to see the similarities rather than the differences? Which relationships do you find the most challenging? How can you see things from a different perspective? And how are you being called to allow growth through the conflict? Thank you so much, pile number 2, for joining me today. I hope that reading resonated. Leave me a comment down below, like, subscribe. I really appreciate it. Again, if you'd like to book a private reading, check out the description box down below. And I hope you guys all have an awesome rest of your week. Hi group 3, welcome to your reading. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today's reading is all about what is changing in your life. You guys chose the angel charm and the white card, which says lighten up. So let's see how that's going to tie into your reading today. Now, before I start, know that this is a general reading. Of course, it's on the internet, so please leave what does not resonate and only take what does. If you want to book a private reading with me, you can check out the description box down below. I have my Etsy store through there. And without further ado, let's hop right in. So let's see, group number 3, what is changing for you guys? There's a lot of astrological shifts happening right now with the recent lunar eclipse, the upcoming new moon. So let's see, facade. Okay, seeing through facades, maybe in a bit of a state of putting on a front or a mask. We're feeling like we have to do that, feeling insecure. Miracle. This is just like way too many. Like I'll show you the rest of these, but this is way too many. And then you get all these. So yeah, facade and insecurity. So there's a bit of insecurity here. You might be putting on a bit of a face or a front to people right now. But know that you are a miracle. Tap into your own power. Lighten up a little bit. Like, lighten up and see through the fog, because when you tap into your passion, when you understand your own self-worth and you're of service to others, it is all a miracle. And you're going to see through that insecurity, the facade of your insecurity. That's the devil, you know, but the angels are here to remind you of the miracle that you are, you know, the gift that you can give to humanity through your passionate service and self-worth will grow from that. You'll no longer feel insecure. Wow, you know what? I said I wasn't going to read all these, but I had to because they're for you. All right, that was beautiful. Let's pull you a starseed oracle and see what else we get here. Spirit, what is changing in group number 3's life right now? I'm seeing obviously a change in the way you're relating to the world or presenting yourself to the world. You're starting to come into your own self-worth and find your passion and live your miracle and truth. You're lightening up, which is really good. Let's see, which card wants to come out here? Group 3. Group 3. There it is. Ooh, the 7 Star Sisters. Birthing creations, tapestry of life, expression. Lighten up, express yourself, get passionate, drop the insecurity, know your own self-worth. You are a miracle. The Star Sisters are actually, the 7 Star Sisters are from the Pleiades star system. So you actually may be a Pleiadian starseed if you're watching this, because you are a miracle, the angel coming in. I'm just seeing a lot of that. But the 7 Sisters, you know, they're dancing here. They're creative spirits. They're expressing themselves. And through that, you're going to help others, but you're also going to come into your own power. And that's such a beautiful, beautiful energy. I'm loving that. Let's see what else Tarot has to say about what is coming and changing for you, group 3. Okay, so it looks like there's been some heartbreak lately, which, you know, there has been a lot of challenging times, but definitely feeling a lot of heartbreak, maybe some loss. You might be in the process though of purifying that, of starting to cleanse that stuff out, so that's really good. But if not, continue to allow yourself to grieve, to drop the facade, to lighten up, to be passionate, dance, sing. All those things will help clear out all that gunk that's been stuck or trapped in your heart chakra. Yeah, 8 of Cups. You are really having a big emotional release. Walking away from all of those old cups that were weighing you down, because you don't need them anymore. Like, you really don't. Because you're a miracle. And when you realize that, when you come, like, look at this light and then this light beaming down, it's like you're transmuting the energy of the red insecurity into the energy of self-worth. You're transmuting the energy of facade into knowing that you are a miracle, and you're turning your passion into service for others. The way that these line up is just so beautiful. You're like an angel on earth. You're here to help others, and don't be insecure about that. You have so much to give. Walk away from any of those securities, any of those limiting beliefs, anything that's holding you back. Spirit does not want anything holding you back. You have so much to offer. Yeah. Defend yourself. Like, know your own worth. Know that you're a miracle, and stand up for yourself and go after what it is you want, no matter what anyone else might think. Yeah, that's right, because you're the Queen of Wands, right? You'll become the Queen of Wands when you do that, when you defend yourself, and what it is you're passionate about, because you know your own self-worth. You're going to be a powerful queen, so powerful, and you're going to hold everything you want right in your hands. 4 of Swords. It's a time of rest though, for you. In order to do some of this healing, you have to rest, and not a rest like a stressed rest. See, she's like a stressed rest. I want you to have a true rest, a relaxing rest. Get cozy, get a cup of tea, just give yourself like a whole weekend or even a whole week just to really sink into all of your feelings, and let yourself cry, let yourself dance, let yourself scream, let yourself throw things. Do all that emotional releasing so that you can really come into your self-worth and know what that next passion is for you, or have the confidence to be able to go after that because you're feeling a little insecure. But it's an illusion. It's a facade. You are a miracle. And when you understand that and realize that, so much is going to unfold for you. Let's see what else is coming for pile 3 when they embrace the miracle that they are. Wow, flying card, where did it go? Oh, I love that. Oh, strength. Yes. And it's orange, like the passion cards over here. You're going to come into so much more strength, so much more. It's like a gentle strength too. Like she's not coming after it like aggressively. Like you might have to be a little aggressive at first, but it's more of a gentle strength, a taming of the lion, and knowing your own self-worth and the miracle that you are, and that you are for being here on earth. You are a piece of source, you know, you are a reflection of source, and that makes you inherently strong. It makes all of us inherently strong and powerful. Let's see what else is changing in pile number 3, group number 3's life. The moon, tapping into your intuition, allowing your intuition to lead the way, being creative expression, seeing through the illusions of things, right? Seeing through the smoke, getting clear, knowing your own strength and not letting anyone pull you back into those waters. You can walk ahead to the path when you follow the stars, your stars, right? The 7 star sisters. And that's your passion, that's your expression. It's your own self-worth. It's however you want to be of service to other people. It's going to bring you so much fulfillment and going to allow you to release so much. Yeah, the Wheel of Fortune. It'll completely change things for you. You can decide to shift things at any point. You know, it all depends on where you come from. You come from a place of insecurity, it shifts it this way towards the negative. You come from a place of self-worth, it shifts it this way towards the positive. Same for facade versus miracle. So just keep that in mind when you are going about the things you're wanting to do in life. What place are you moving from? Knowing your own strength and your own self-worth. Don't allow that facade to, right? The facade, the moon. Don't allow the illusion to hold you back. Right? Start that new adventure. Start your new destiny. Things are changing. Things are shifting. Come into your strength. See through the illusion, the facade. Drop all of it. Drop all of it. Express who you truly are. Birth your creations. Do not be afraid to start that new journey, whatever it is. But things are changing. Defend your passions. Defend yourself. Defend who you are, because you are a miracle. And you are so strong. Lighten up. You're also an angel. Let's pull you a couple more charms to wrap up here. Group 3, what is changing in group 3's life spirit? Let's see. We got our angel already. What else are we gonna get here? We got an angel, a footprint, and a butterfly. Sometimes when I see a little baby foot like that, I do think of having a baby, a miracle, right? So a new baby being born could be for some of you coming in, but also it could just be a signifying transformation, a growth, right? A stepping forward, a stepping ahead from where you are now and transcending with the butterfly, because you also have the angel too. So you have angelic protection around you, but I feel like you also have an angelic presence. You're a very caring, kind, giving person, and it's just about coming into your own strength and power and realizing that, stepping ahead into that new journey, right? The foot with the Fool, it's like she's stepping ahead. Step ahead into your transformation and know that there's so much guidance and protection there for you. Just tap into your 7 star sisters. Express yourself. I love that. Okay, group 3, let me read your Starseed Oracle. We'll be all wrapped up for today. Oh, why am I pulling that out? I'm not pulling another card, we're just reading this one. I need more coffee. All right, the 7 star sisters. Let's see what Spirit has to say to wrap us up. There she is. Okay. There are new creations that want to be born. Remember I said born? Yeah, you're birthing new stuff, whether that's a physical human or it's just your passion and what you want to be doing or your service to others. You're birthing new stuff. You're transforming and creating. It's so beautiful. Beauty that's yearning to be woven. New consciousness that's longing to be breathed into life. If you draw this card, you're being called to surrender to these creations, to usher in a new era of consciousness and do your bit in weaving the web of life. This is the card of the artist and the midwife. You're being called to ponder questions. What wants to be birthed through you? What new creations are whispering in your ear? What beauty are you being called to make? Creativity and intuition come from the same sacred place. They occur when we find ourselves flowing with the rest of life. Earth is renowned as a planet of manifestation and creativity, and yet so many of us have forgotten how to create. Somewhere along the way, we stop seeing ourselves as artists, as creatives, as poets. Yet to be human is to be creative. Creativity is part of your true nature. It's part of the miracle of being human and being alive. Perhaps you're being called to surrender to a creative project, such as a new business or a book. Or perhaps you're being called to weave beauty in your home or in the way you cook. Regardless of the end result, you're being called to express yourself through your creativity, to surrender to the creative projects that both scare and excite you, to find a way to weave beauty back into everyday life. For where there's creativity, spirit and soul are present, and the world needs those qualities more now than ever before. What new creations are you being called to birth? Oh, I love that. Thank you so much, group number 3, for joining me. I am so excited for you guys. You're really stepping into some new, beautiful, creative energies, really coming into your own power, and that is so beautiful. Again, if you want to book a private reading with me, check out the description box below. I do free first trial readings so people can kind of see if we resonate. But again, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you guys all have a lovely rest of your week.